They had the nerve to make me clock in the morning after I buried my father. 16 straight hours. No break, no sympathy. Just a stiff chill in my office chair and an even colder edge in my wife's voice. Grief doesn't cover the mortgage, she said flatly. Either get back to work or start looking elsewhere. I wiped the tears from my face, nodded once. Of course. What else could I say? In her eyes, I wasn't mourning, I was slacking. And her father? Mr. Weston to the world. Sir, to those he underpaid. And Dad to the woman who once vowed to walk beside me. That vow meant nothing now. Only I knew how far we drifted. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when she'd trace soft little circles on my palm whenever she was anxious. A time when her laughter used to melt something inside me. When I proposed, Weston offered a grin that looked more like a predator baring its teeth. A week after the wedding, he handed me a job at his firm, said I'd earn my way up the ladder. I didn't know that meant crawling through broken glass while he pressed his boot into my spine. Still, I took it. For her. For the dream of us. But the dream was a lie. The first email I discovered by mistake. Her laptop had been left open. A glance. Just a glance. But the subject line seared itself into my memory. He still doesn't suspect a thing. My heart thudded. I clicked. Read. Then read it again. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I heard her voice in my mind. Every fake laugh. Every lie about late nights at the office. Only, it hadn't been work. It had been Nick. Her father's smug business partner with perfect teeth and a watch that screamed stolen status. She told him everything. My pay, my hours, even my father's illness. My dad had once said, "She's got ice in her veins." He was right, but I hadn't listened. Maybe I didn't want to. I was either too in love or too desperate to be loved. Something broke in me that day. Not rage. No, rage is loud. This was different. It was calm, clean, like a scalpel. I didn't shout, didn't confront her. I just started watching. She never noticed the tracking app one installed. Weston never realized I had a second phone. I became a shadow, quiet, efficient, just like they trained me to be. But this time, I was writing the rules. For 2 months, I collected everything. Emails, bank records, messages. I uncovered shady transfers approved by Weston himself. Money filtered into Nick's accounts. I duplicated every file. Quietly, meticulously. And my wife, she kept playing her role. One night, she leaned in, kissed the side of my neck sweetly, while texting Nick with the other hand behind her back. I smiled. I nearly laughed. It all came to a head at Weston's 60th birthday bash. A black tie circus. Champagne towers. Polished speeches. Laughter rehearsed to perfection. I walked in wearing the same suit I wore to my father's funeral. It felt fitting. Weston stood beside me, giving his grand speech. Called himself a self-made man. Thanked his daughter. Then turned to me and said I was like the son he never had. Polite applause. I stepped forward and tapped the microphone. "I brought a gift," I said. The room dimmed. The projector came alive behind me. First slide, an email from my wife to Nick. "He's too soft. I can control him." A few people shifted in their seats. Next slide, financial records. Over $800,000 missing. All traced. All signed off by Weston. Then came the footage. Nick and my wife in a hotel room. Her wedding ring caught the light as they kissed. You could hear the silence crash. Finally, a voice recording played. Weston himself authorizing the illegal transfer. Just bury it under r/ and fudge the numbers. No one will notice. I turned toward the crowd. I noticed. A glass hit the floor. Weston's face drained of color. My wife stepped forward, but then paused. The mask slipped just for a second, but I caught it. I let the video roll as I walked out. No applause needed, just truth. What followed was a beautiful collapse. By Monday, Weston was forced out by the board. Investigators swooped in. Nick disappeared. Some said Mexico. Others guessed jail. I didn't care. My wife tried calling. I blocked every number. She came to my door once. No makeup, No charm. Just her. "I made a mistake," she said. I stared at her like a stranger. "No," I replied. "You made a decision." Then I closed the door. Slow, final. That weekend, I took my father's ashes to the lake he loved. I sat there on the old dock, wind brushing against my face. I let go. "You were right," I whispered. "They never loved me, but you did." And that was enough. Not revenge. Clarity. Weston's lawyers still chase me, desperate to silence the leak. But every move they make just draws more attention to the truth. Every legal push sinks them deeper. As for me, I started my own company. Modest, honest, quiet. I work long days now, but for myself. Sometimes I drive past their old building just to see the lights turned off. Their empire is dust. Their masks are gone. And me, I'm finally free. I was the only one who knew. Now the whole world does.